So there you have it, guys. Two boxes of the Cat's Lair. Let me just, yeah. So two boxes of Cat's Lair.
Let's give a little bit of context. Should I sit down for this?
Yeah.
Super Seven was not sure. We should have probably taken it out of the box. But anyway, they were not sure they were going to even make this. But there was such a huge demand for Thundercats products that they made the Thunder Tank, and it had fairly good sales. And they decided to do a fundraiser for the Cat Slayer. So I decided if they get enough money to make it, they're going to make it because, as you can see, it comes in two boxes. It's not accessories in one box. No, the entire thing, this is half of it. This is the rest of it. The whole thing comes in two boxes. So it takes a little bit of assembling, nothing too difficult from what I've seen on some videos online. But the end result should be very satisfying. Every collector I've seen who has it is very happy with it. It has some lighting features, which we'll take a look at. I'm not sure if I have any batteries in hand, but we'll remedy that. We'll take care of that. But I think this is probably the biggest thing they've ever made, and rightfully so. It is not 100% to scale with cartoon accurate, because in the cartoon, the Thunder Tank could fit inside the paws. And that is not going to be the case, unfortunately. It's not that big. I feel like if it were, it would probably reach maybe close to the ceiling to fit something that big. And we'll put them together, the Thunder Tank and the layer, and we'll show you how big it is. But it's big enough to have some rooms inside, which we'll take a look at. You can open up the paw. So lots of very fun features, but aesthetically, it's very pleasing just to look at. The back can open up, and that'll reveal some rooms. So we'll look at that, but on its own, it's a very pleasing piece to have for any collector.
So today, our viewers are going to be seeing the unboxing of Cat's Lair, and followed by they will see Son of Sparta's Thunder Tank.
This is the first Cat's Lair unboxing in the Middle East.
I think so, at least in Saudi Arabia. If not in Saudi Arabia, at least in Jeddah. Yalla, let's start.
I want to have you all there. Cut the red ribbon. You do that all the time. Oh, there's one more. Probably a simple, because I'm hoping to get line on the head.
Yeah, guys, just look at it. I don't know if you can see it.
Cool pose. They made a new line on them very soon. That is slightly differently proportioned.
Let's just move a bit on the side so that you can just. Can we just move on the side a bit, guys? This is for Thundercats 6.5 action figures. Which line of action figures?
That's Super 7.
Super 7 action figures, and then you have the Cat's Lair. So at least if the tank cannot go inside the paw, not a problem. But at least the action figures can easily go inside. Now, let's proceed with.
Get the table that was in your back here so we can put it on top.
We'll do that once we have installed everything.
Oh my goodness! So like when you see it in person, there's weathering on it. Like look, there are different shades of blue. I didn't see that on here on other YouTubers. Like I feel like when you see it in person, it's a little different thing.
Let me bring the camera close up so that they can see what you're talking about. Because this is a very important detail. I mean, like,
So viewers, I don't know if this will show up very fairly on camera, but for most of the outside body, there are different shades of white and blue. Otherwise, we call this weathering. When there's they give you different color applications for the body. So the doors are single tonal color, but that is not the case for these blue parts. Yep. So the doors are the exact same gray color. The other parts of the body have different shades of blue and white, which is very nice to look at. And then we got the collar right here. That's a single gray color. And then we got the logo here that I believe lights up, the logo and the lights on the head. So we'll take a look at that later.
By the way, his carpet is a perfect match for Thundra Planet. Okay.
One detail, I guess. So a little detail is the back of it. Is the mountain that's built into. Then later on, when we get this plastic off, we can open it up, and then you'll see the inside of Cat's Lair. We'll have a couple of different rooms. There's a meeting room, the main base, if you will, that they have all operations room. Thank you. That has a couple of screens, and those light up, I believe. And you can have different slip covers for the screen, so it looked like they're looking at Lion-O signal, or they're looking at other parts of Third Earth. And then we have some parts that are made flat, so you can put your figures on here So maybe some people who are not welcome inside, like what's the main bad guy's name? I forgot. Mumra. Mumra can go on there. We can put the kids on there. Wily Kid, Wily Cat. We can put some of the henchmen up here, which I don't have on hand right now. We'll probably have to unbox those also at some point. But we only have the main guys unboxed right now, which I guess that's all we need right now.
So let's try to pull out the. Give me the figure.
I think maybe I should lift this.
Yeah, we have to lift it. No, but you have to do it together. Oh, yeah. Move it.
By the way, note to self, I think I'll be retiring after this. Because this thing, buying it was a hefty price. Shipping it was a hefty price. I think I'm gonna take a little bit of a retirement plan from collecting stuff for a while.
For a while. Then he's gonna be back like Michael Jordan. And by the way, for those of you, Son of Sparta has not just this, but a whole lot of stuff. You're gonna be checking that out soon. Okay, bro. Let's just revolve it so that you know the front side. Can we push the box back?
Let's do that. There we go. Oh, that's out of the way. So yeah, this is the main body. I think what we mainly need right now, I don't know if we'll need all the accessories, but we need the head and we need the paws. We can check out maybe a few things on the inside.
Okay, let me bring the camera on the other side.
Just turn it
No, it's okay. It's okay. So there you have it. You've got the elevator. You've got the screens for there's the operation room that Son of Sparta was talking about.
Then a couple of stations go here and there, and then there's a chair that goes here. And Panthero's workstations over there. A bunch of tools come out. We put them over there. There are a lot of cables, lots of details in the walls. So that's pretty nice. And then this is the meeting room that they would convene in. And there's a little stand that goes right there. At some point we'll get it out.
That's the elevator.
No, this is where we would put the cat's claw and the eye of Thundera. There's a little stand for them. Oh, it is some kind of. Oh, there's a different room here for weapons, I guess.
Nice.
I never knew about that.
The accessories.
You mean the rest of the body from
Yep.
Okay.
Because this one is pretty much done.
Yeah, I kind of wish like there was. I guess it's a little open on the back, even if you close it up. Let's still watch it.
So now there are the accessories.
Display of the elbow figures on the outside, tables and stations.
We're trying to see what can happen. Okay, let's roll in this box. Right now.
Are we still recording?
Yes, we are.
So this is in the style of the classic toy boxes. So if we go back in time to like 40 years, the classic toys used to come in this style boxes. There'd be artwork, and it says here, ages 14 up, adult collectors. I doubt anyone who's 14 will be buying this. But yeah, it says AA batteries, not included. And yeah, it says box 2 of 2. So that was box 1, this is box 2. This is going to be the paws, the head. I don't know if there's anything else, but that's the majority of it. All right, let's pull it out. Anything else? Should I stand up?
Yeah.
So, percent as they were doing their fundraising for this project, the price was way cheaper. I dare not say how much, but if you can find it on other sites, which it is readily available right now on some other retailers, it is twice the price as when I bought it. So, I mean, good luck. I hope everyone who wants to get it can. Just know that with any rare item, if you don't get it right away, you're going to be paying twice as much later on. So it's just one of those things that some collectors felt like they had to get, myself included. But it's if you in the least feel like you're on the fence about something like this, my advice would be get it right away. Don't wait, just because you will not be getting the same price that was initially offered. So I love this artwork. Let's take a look. It says featuring swiveling head with light up eyes, light up chest emblem, and cat's lair paws with posable turrets. That's pretty cool. Posable cannons hidden behind upper arm doors. Control room with interchangeable backlight screens. Control pods with interchangeable screens. Rotating weapons chamber. Garage workbench with tools. Scale to fit 7-inch Super 7 Ultimates figures. Some assembly required. So yeah, and I love this artwork. We got a battle scene going on at Cat's Lair. We got the Panthero, Mumra, Lino jumping in, Tigra, Jackalman, Monkeyin, Slithe, Chitara with her whip, and Kit. I think she's Cat. And yeah, we got some pictures of the open completed set. And then the same thing right here, but minus all the stuff we just read. And then you can see the completed image right here that was missing from the front.
All right, let's open it. Super 7 has done an amazing job.
If there's one thing I'm itching and hoping that they do, it is the Silverhawk Mirage.
Oh.
I feel like that would be my one exception.
With bluegrass.
I mean, I already have Bluegrass. I already have the completed team of Silverhawks. I'm hoping they do. I don't need their base.
Right.
I forget what it's called. Hawks Haven.
Yeah.
But I feel like the Mirage is iconic.
Yeah, man. Mirage.
We should probably mention Bluegrass was also voiced by the same actor who did Lino's voice.
Really?
Yeah. I forget his name. I feel so bad that I forgot his name.
Okay, let me help you out with this.
Yep. Lift your foot. Nice. All right. Doesn't say which side is up, so that can be a problem. But here we go. We're gonna bet on this side. We got someone's hair in here. My good.
Wait a sec. This one deserves an aerial shot.
I think, as men, we tend to not read instructions, but I feel like we need to read the instructions.
We certainly.
All right.
Please proceed.
This is the cherry on top, quite literally, I should say.
Jeddah's unsung hero, son of Sparta, with his amazing collection.
There we go.
Dang.
We got some, dude, I feel it has a lot of angles to it. I wasn't expecting that. So we got the really red eyes there. We got the teeth. We got some details on the inside. We got a spike coming out of the bottom there.
Beautiful.
And then I guess we'll have to hook it up. Oh, it's not so hard. We just got to hook up this.
With the wire.
Yep. And there's a button right here.
So it's gonna get activated.
Yep. So that's pretty cool. Let's put this piece of plastic back.
And then the claws.
Well, the last thing about their campaign, Super 7, when they were doing this, they had different tiers. So they said if we get to the first tier, there'll be an exclusive item. Second tier, there'll be another exclusive. Third tier. So I think, if memory serves, I think we got to the second tier.
The project was fully financed.
It was financed by the first tier, but then we got to the second tier. I think the third tier, if we got there, we would have got a Ghost Lino figure. So unfortunately, we didn't get that, but I feel like some way down the line, they might still make it, hopefully. And here we go, paw number 1.
Sweet.
Huge. And this also has some weathering, some scratches on the side that's meant to be there. Yeah, and I guess this opens up front. My goodness. So that opens up. Nice. Like
Beautiful.
the good news is it's very light. I'm curious if this comes in Arabic because we got a lot of languages here. No Arabic.
They don't expect people from Saudi Arabia to be buying it.
They didn't expect it Super 7, but we got there.
Saudi Arabia.
I'm gonna fold this back up. Then we'll see how to install this. It's behemoth. Here we go. We got the other claw. It doesn't say which one's left or right. I'm guessing. Doesn't matter.
No, it does matter because of this sprocket.
Oh, you're right. Okay. All right, we'll figure it out. Probably this one's the right one, and then this one's left.
Okay. Let's just move these on the side and let's take out these wires.
He's got a little something on his nose. I'm trying to wipe it off. It's mostly come off. You got the wires out. All right.
Wires are here.
Let's see if I have batteries.
First, it doesn't come with batteries, right?
No.
You got the screwdriver?
Yes. It did.
Okay.
Yeah. Going over this side. What was it, babe?
I can't recall which triple A, I think.
Oh,
But first, we need to make sure by opening it up.
I think I've got some in my car.
Okay, we've got the batteries.
Otherwise known as Thundrillium. Their fuel that they use.
Okay. Cables. One cable is going to go.
And we're all assuming because we have not been able to find the instructions.
Instructions, I think, are needed.
Is that extension wire?
This is another one.
Oh, and same wire?
Same length.
Okay.
I think this will go here.
Yeah. You sure it's not an extension? Does this go in there?
Check.
Oh, no. Yeah. But it goes in there,
I
right?
think so. Okay. Let's connect Cat's Lair head.
Oh, turns on. Let's connect the head. Oh, hang on. Let's put the lid on.
Yeah, just a second. Hold on. Keep working.
And then there's one more light right there in the chest. We should figure out where the button is. I think I see it.
Where is it?
On the inside,
I think we will be able to install each and everything.
this thing goes in here, right?
Let me just put this back. I think we have to put it in a different way.
It's like locked. So, yeah, that's not it's just I gotta search this. Please take out the screen, but I can't find side. Someone did you see it, sir? On this side, or it's like somewhere. It should be somewhere near here.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I think about it. Tell me if it lights up. Oh, and the screen in here lit up.
Let me bring the camera.
Boy,
Nice.
We should put, I guess, at least one screen.
I think I'll put the camera on the other side so people can see all the accessories that you.
I'm probably just gonna take the screen out. What do you think? Which one should we put in? The signal, this map. I forget what this place is called, the North Pole of Third Earth, and then we got Mummer's Lair.
I think let's go for Mumbra's Lair.
And then this looks like
Something in
from
space.
from Silverhawk. Should we do this or that?
The signal is good, but we already have the insignia right in front. Let's use Mumbra's base.
So guess we're gonna open. I guess. Is that it?
Yep.
Oh no, it's not centered for some reason. Should it be up here? Oh yeah, you close it on it. Perfect.
So Thundercats are looking at Mumbra's base. Okay.
We should take out at least the workstations.
Let me bring.
Okay, did you figure out?
Yeah, I'm trying to do that.
Make sure if the right sides are on there. I want to turn this off for now.
They fit like a glove.
Oh, is it in there? Perfect. I mean, does it connect to anything?
You just slide it in.
Okay. And then,
That's why they didn't give instruction manual.
is there a way to get it out, or is it stuck in there? Oh, perfect. Is it like that? It's just showing? I thought it would go on the inside.
That's the entire mechanism. While Son of Sparta is installing all the other accessories, the furniture and all, this here, the paws are there and you can easily lift them up. You can see for yourselves. You can see there's a lot of room underneath it, but sadly it can't hold the thunder tank, but a lot of other stuff can happen. So I'll just open up the other paw. Look at that. Just amazing.
This goes right here. Cheers. Also,
If I may. The operations room is in full swing. Beautiful. What else is left?
so the main table would go down there. It's just this meeting table. I think anything that doesn't stay while the whole thing is collapsed, I think we're gonna keep that in the box. I'd need to find the base for it because I don't. Can it stand on its own?
It has a base.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't have to connect with anything.
We'll be able to close all this up.
So guys, this is here we are. As you can see, the Super 7 Lion-O action figure, Tigra action figure. Tigra or Tigro?
Tigra.
Tigra. Okay, and the screen is on and everything has been there. Here's their meeting table. There's their conference room, Panthro's workstation.
I got a bunch of consoles right here that they can sit in. That the whole thing can swivel. This chair's a little crooked, but we can work on that. But we can switch out the screens, which is really nice. These don't light up the screens over here, which is fine. But what matters is this big screen right there. So right now they're serving Mumra's temple, being if they can launch an attack. And then we got some stairs down there. We got the place, the Eye of Thundera, the sword, and the gauntlet are supposed to be in their own locked room. But for now, we have this little display at the bottom of the staircase, which is nice. And it would just take up a lot of time for us to take out all the Panthro's tools. So we're just going to show you what it looks like for now.
This is the area for Panth.
Mhm.
Can you just show the tools in their packs?
I think this is Piper's little chemistry workstation.
Nice.
Lots of stuff like right there. And then fan tools for fixing up the Thunder Tank.
Nice.
And then I think I might take out the sword and the gauntlet. Each figure you buy comes with those, but those are nice for display. And I don't have the figures, the gauntlet and sword right now, but they'll look very nice right there.
Okay, now for the moment of truth, we are going for the final pose.
Well, there are stairs right here. Where did these go?
Stairs.
Are
Do these go up front?
I guess because I can't see any others. Oh, you know what? Right under the door, the main door.
Right under the main door. Okay.
You want to wait for me? I'm just going to take out all this stuff. Or just a gauntlet. Oh, you know what? This is unlike my gauntlet that I have. This doesn't go on his arm. This is purely decorative. So you can't really fit his hand in there. Or could you? I see a little hole right there. We'll figure it out. But it looks like nothing really can go in there except for a small peg maybe.
Right.
And then we got the Eye of Thunder right here. So these will go right there. I keep forgetting how these are displayed. I'm wondering if we can find a picture. But I believe the sword goes on top. Yeah. Oh, yeah, perfect. That the sword goes on top
like this.
Yep. And then I guess this goes there. That's a nice little display. And then I guess
Show the audience.
what happened throughout the series that someone would break in here and try and steal the sword, and then the sword would light up and try and call Lion-O. But I guess some people have succeeded in the past. I wish we had at least one light in there for the display. Oops. Hello.
So there's the display.
Can you see me? So we got this little display case, and again, this is in the show. This would be in its own locked room that only a select few would be able to get in there. And I think some people have been brainwashed, some of the Thundercats, to try and steal the sword. But again, this has been an iconic room in the show, and it's very nice that they were able to miniaturize it for this little piece under the staircase. So that works. And then we got some detailing on the floor. We got the bench right there with, again, all these tools that we'll probably leave in there. Oh, or not. Sorry, that's okay.
Just to show. Yeah, just a second. The plastic. These are Panthros tools.
I mean, I guess we could put them in there.
We can put them in Thunder Tank, right?
I mean, they're I guess meant to be displayed. I wonder, does this go here? I'm just guessing because we haven't looked at any pictures.
No, but you're spot on, boy.
But this has a handle, so maybe here.
Yep.
Wrench goes somewhere. And then the final one, I can't figure out where this goes, so we'll just leave it here.
Nice. So Panthros workshop is ready.
And
I think this is an extra wire.
it is. I just put it there to make it look like it goes with the display.
Okay, let's
And then-
connect the stairs. Okay, yeah,
We'll do-
Chitara's lab. Do we have extra chairs?
But we do have chairs, but I'm just wondering if we should put them or not.
Just for a one-time display, that's it. Since we have unboxed almost everything.
This is Tigra's chemistry display set. So he comes up with concoctions of stuff.
So him and Panthro, they have space here. Okay, next up, the chairs.
Want to do one chair?
How many chairs do we have?
I'm guessing there are 5.
What do you mean?
Later on, I guess in season 2, they introduce other Thundercats
Oh yeah, I forgot about those.
survive destruction on Thunder. So this is what the chairs look like, and these go on the table.
So let's just put one here.
So this is for when they have meetings and have to make decisions about stuff.
Okay, let's just install the stairs up front and then we come for the grand finale. The grand finale being that Lion-O is going to be on top of the Cat's Lair and we will see the Thunder Tank part right in front.
Dude, I never saw that there's some kind of secret display in here before. Oh, you know what? I'm so
No, at the bottom, Yes, let me lift this up.
Oh, it goes inside. Okay. One side. Oh, this extends it out a little bit. There we go.
It's perfect. Okay, Son of Sparta.
Yep.
These,
Get some figures out here.
yep. The Thunder Tank comes in front. Watch, wait. We have to, yeah. So here comes the grand finale. Son of Sparta is decorating Cat's Lair to give that Thundercats vibe. How do you feel?
I feel like I want to go Thunder. Thunder. Oh, remember a while ago I said we had a life-size Sword of Omens?
Yeah.
I should have planned to get that out because it would have gone nicely with this unboxing. But we'll do that another time. We'll do a part 2, I guess, maybe someday.
Yeah.
But I have yet to open it myself. But it's from what I hear on video, it's pretty epic. Someday we'll get.
Been along.
Despite that, it'll still every once in a while find them on the floor. I think I'm gonna display this guy up here for different options.
Nice.
So him up there while the kid down, or should I put them both on the pause?
That's it.
So we'll get Tiger. Should we leave Tiger in the control room?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's gonna be looking after the command center?
Yeah, we got Chitara up there on her little cliff, and then we'll put Lion up here as though he is commanding them or calling them, doing his iconic roar. If I can get him to hold the sword with both hands, that'd be nice. And then the Super 7 just came out with 2 new Lino figures. One that is a little differently proportioned to look a little more like a cartoon. And then one with a light up feature, his eyes light up. But I feel like that looks very iconic. And then there was another company who made a statue of Lino standing on the head, similar to what we're trying to do right here. So this is very iconic, him standing on the head of Cat's Lair. So let me see if we can get all the lights on. Those lights right there for the eyes. Oh, I'm gonna take so many pictures. And then we got the chest piece light up right there.
And now
Shoot the grand finale, huh?
the grand.
All right, here we go. Tank throw coming in hot. Unfortunately, heads up, spoiler, the tank will never fit inside the paw. It's way too big.
So you can see the ratio of the Thunder tank. You can see Panther sitting inside. Beautiful.
Oh, we can actually open up the paw. Yeah, show people what it looks like. Got 3 clicks on the paw. So I'm told if you have the original, I think it was made by Playmates Thunder Tank, that will in fact fit inside the paw, not the new Super 7 Thunder Tank.
This is a beauty. Okay.
Wind resistance.
Yep.
So that completes the look. So we got Panthro driving his beloved Thunder Tank. We got Wily Kid and Wily Cat. We got all the light up features on. So very nice shot right there. Very nice details. We got Lino. Tempted to just try and live around this, to never move it. But sadly, life gets in the way. We got to move things around. We got some stuff on the front we forgot to talk about.
Such as?
So we got these turrets that open up.
Yes.
So these cannons come out and they're movable. And then I forgot to mention, we got cannons that installed down here in the paws that we forgot to get out. So we'll see if we can get those out at some point. But yeah, this is the complete set. And then as we're unboxing stuff, we found this hidden compartment of Thundrillium. I guess that looks like a workstation where they would load up the Thundrillium from another location, bring it here, put it in there. And in the show, that's the fuel that powers their lair, their Thunder Tank. And I think at some point they run out of it, have to find a different source of power. But we got the Thunder Tank also. The mouth opens up here, just 1 click, but that does the job. This paw also opens up. Well, both paws. So it's meant to kind of break up stuff in the way and then probably take it into the mouth. So yeah, this is the complete set. Unfortunately, we don't have any of the bad guys with us at the moment. I do have them boxed and in storage, but I completely forgot to bring them with me. So much on your mind when you think about unboxing this. So at some point, while I'm displaying it, I'll probably have Mumra somewhere, the other mutants somewhere around here, and that'll complete the set.
Thank you, Son of Sparta, for giving our community the time to unbox this masterpiece.
Pleasure.
You brought back a lot of sweet memories from the 1980s. In Jeddah, we would get the VHS from Al Mansoor video for Silverhawks and Thundercats.
Get the show on the Saudi channel?
Nah,
No? Okay.
because of Chitara.
Chitara, how dare you?
So, yeah, but at least we got the VHS.
Yeah.
Okay, that's how we came across, because, you know, in those days, that was the only marketing that was available. If you bought a VHS from Al Mansoor, it would have the intros of all the famous cartoons from the. So thank you so much. That's all, guys. Sorry we couldn't take up your questions during the live transmission, but basically, I mean, like, I'm here with Son of Sparta, and it's an amazing experience that blew me away. Imagine he's the proud owner of this masterpiece. So thank you once again, but make sure to like this video, share it with fellow Thundercat fans, and leave your comments. Thank you so much.
Thundercats, ho!